If you've ever left a doctor's appointment feeling more confused than when you walked in, or you've scrolled those online health forums at 2 a.m., desperately searching for someone who gets what you're going through, especially the Sjogrens, I want you to imagine something different. Imagine walking into a room where every single person understands your fatigue isn't laziness, that your joint pain and stiffness is real, and your brain fog doesn't make you any less intelligent. That is exactly what happens at the virtual Sjogren Summit. It's not another medical conference where doctors talk at you. It's a powerful community where we roll up our sleeves together and figure out how to thrive with Sjogrens, not just survive with it. We're diving deep into evidence-based strategies that actually work, real stories from real people who've transformed their lives, and practical tools you can implement immediately to reclaim your energy, reduce your symptoms, and to feel like yourself again. And it's all happening July 17th through the 19th. And if you're living with Sjogrens or supporting someone who is, this virtual room was built specifically for you. And here's the thing, over the past 3 years, we have had 2,572 people join us from around the world. And that's not just a number, that's 2,572 people who refuse to accept to learn to live with it as their only option. So don't come to the summit alone. Share this with Sjogis in your world. We all rise together. Hi, my name is Dr. Wada. I want to welcome you to this conversation about something that will absolutely change your Sjogren's journey, the insane power of being in the right room with the right people. When I started on my own journey with Sjogren's disease, I believed what so many of us are told. You just have to learn how to manage this on your own. But the truth is, there is a shortcut to better health outcomes, and there is a way to accelerate your healing journey. And that shortcut is being in the right room with the right community. And I'm going to show you 5 powerful things that will happen when you are in the right Sjogren's community. And if you implement what I'm about to share, your journey stops being a lonely struggle where you're figuring everything out by trial and error. And instead, it becomes a supported path where one conversation, one connection, one shared experience can literally change everything. This is what happened for me, and I've seen it happen for thousands of others too. So number 1, you get access to strategies that actually work. Here's what makes me furious. We live in a time where people with chronic illnesses are bombarded with advice from people who've never lived with it. Social media influencers selling miracle cures, the mom down the street, selling her special drinks or shakes, wellness gurus who've never really woken up feeling like they got hit by a truck. And even some healthcare professionals who read about Sjogren's in textbooks, but don't understand what that lived experience and that daily reality is really like. These people can give you theory all day, every day, but they can't give you what they don't have, a real lived experience of what actually works. And when you're in the right room, like the virtual Sjogren Summit, you're surrounded by people who've used these different strategies. They've created real results in their real lives. And you get access to things that are proven to work because people have done them and they have the energy levels, the symptom management, the quality of life improvements to show for it. And this is what really happens when you're in the right room. I want you to think about the biggest challenge you're facing with Sjogren's right now. The thing that keeps you up at night, makes you dread certain parts of your day. It's not insurmountable. There's probably someone in our community who's figured out how to handle that exact challenge, and they're waiting to share what worked for them. So number 2, you get real life vision boards, people who are just like you, but are thriving. And this one is huge. When you meet other people with Sjogren's who are genuinely thriving, not just surviving, but they are building careers, they're traveling, they're raising families, they're pursuing their dreams, it fundamentally shifts something in your brain. It takes your goal from, I wonder if that's even possible for someone like me, to, well, if Sarah can do it, maybe I can too. When you meet these people, here's what you discover. They have bad days just like you do. They have flares just like you do. They have moments of doubt and frustration and fear just like you do. But they've learned to work with their bodies instead of against them. So I share my own story specifically to be that vision board for you. I'm a working mom. I run a medical practice. I run the summit, right? All while managing Sjogren's. And it's not because I'm special or superhuman, but it's because I found the right strategies, the right support system. And if you can do this, you can figure out what your own version of thriving is too. At this summit, you'll meet teachers who've learned to manage their energy through long school days, entrepreneurs who've built businesses around their symptom patterns, parents who've found a way to be present with their kids, even during flares. And these aren't celebrities or outliers, though we would like to invite the tennis stars. Venus and Serena love to connect. And, and those are people I look up to too, right? But these in this room were regular people who've refused to let Sjogren's totally write our story. Number 3, you discover possibilities you've never even considered. And this is where things get really exciting. Being in the right community doesn't just help you solve your current problems. It opens your eyes to possibilities that you didn't even know existed. Before joining our community, many people's biggest goal is just getting through the workday without crashing. And that seems ambitious enough. But after connecting with others, learning new strategies, they discover they can actually have energy left over for the things they love. The possibilities are bigger than you think. People discover they can have energy for evening activities, even when they thought that just getting through work was ambitious, and others find out their digestive issues aren't just a part of having Sjogren's, they're actually manageable with the right gut autoimmune approach. And these are the breakthroughs that happen when you are in the right room. Number 4, which I think is, one of the keys and one of the reasons we've really centered our theme this year, is you get to build your Sjogren's support network. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Dr. Kara, I'm not really a community person. I'm pretty introverted. But here's what I've learned. Having people who truly understand your journey isn't just a nice thing to have. It truly is essential for thriving with chronic illness. When you are surrounded by people in your daily life who don't understand why you need to rest after a simple grocery trip, or why you can't just push through a flare, it's really isolating, and you start to doubt yourself. I can't even count the number of times I've had patients say, gosh, I feel like I'm going crazy. And you start to think that you are being dramatic or lazy. But when you connect with your Sjogren's tribe, with this group, everything changes. Suddenly you have people to celebrate with when you have a good energy day. People who understand why finding a skincare routine that doesn't irritate your dry skin is a legitimate victory. People get why you need to plan social activities around your energy patterns without making you feel guilty about it. Our virtual Sjogren Summit creates these connections naturally. People exchange contact information. They start their own support groups, their own text threads, WhatsApp channels. They become accountability partners for implementing new strategies. And number 5, you get access to ongoing support and advanced learning. Here's what's different about our approach. The virtual Sjogren Summit isn't just a one-time event where you get inspired by a weekend and then you're back to figuring out things on your own. The summit is your entry point into an ongoing community and conversation. We have our support Facebook group where conversations and support continue year-round. We've built the Becoming Immune Confident community for those who have other immune system issues too. And for those who want an even deeper, more personalized guidance, you can work with me directly through my practice or medical mentorship program. These aren't random people giving generic advice. This is an ongoing specialized support from those who are in the community and who live with these issues too. The attendees, though, who get the biggest transformations are the ones who see the summit as a beginning and not the end. And here's what I need you to understand. We're burning daylight. Every day you spend trying to figure this out alone is a day that you could be thriving instead of just surviving. And the virtual Sjogren Summit isn't just about learning, it's about transformation. It's about walking away with practical tools, meaningful connections, and a completely different relationship with your diagnosis. This is our 4th year, so there's evidence that this works. We've had thousands of people attend. The feedback is consistently life-changing. People tell us they finally feel understood, they finally have strategies that are working, and they finally have hope for their future with Sjogren's. If one conversation at the summit gives you back your mornings, was it worth it? If one connection leads to a friendship that supports you through your next flare, was it worth it? And if one expert presentation helps you finally get your symptoms under control, was it worth it? I think I know the answer. So I want you to go mark your calendars for July 17th, 18th, and 19th. The virtual Sjogren Summit is happening July 17th through the 19th. Be the first to know when registration opens later this week, and to get early bird pricing on the all access pass, access to the special bonuses. This year, we are focusing on a whole person and whole community approach to Sjogren's management. We'll have expert presentations on the latest research, patient panels sharing real stories, and breakout sessions for those all access pass holders that are really interactive and really centered around forging those meaningful, real connection and relationship. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose. And don't let logistics stop you. Don't let the "I wish I'd known sooner" stop you. And don't let anything stop you from being in this room. You're someone who's already proven you can overcome challenges. You are managing a complex autoimmune condition that affects you head to toe every single day. You can figure out how to block your calendar for a couple days and invest that time and energy into your health and future. I want you to go join the wait list right now. And I want you to be in the right room because it really does change everything. I host the virtual Sjogren Summit because I know what happens when people with chronic illness get the right support, the right strategies, the right community. You don't just manage your condition better. You remember who you are beyond your diagnosis. I want you to come to the summit ready to learn, ready to connect, and ready to discover what's possible when you're not doing this alone. I'm rooting for each and every single one of you, and I cannot wait to see you in our virtual room, July 17th through the 19th. I can't wait to celebrate all the breakthroughs that come from being part of this community. Be in the room. Your future self will thank you. And for those that are curious, just to be in the room, to sign up is totally free. We do have an all access pass that gets you ongoing access to sessions, gets you in the live networking rooms, and a whole bunch of bonuses from our speakers. But the event itself, while running live, is totally free. And we cannot wait to welcome you with open arms, to join in this conversation, and to really make that decision that future you is going to look back and say, gosh, that was the turning point. So welcome on in. Let's do this.